Okay, what do I face now? When I turn, when I'm crossing over, people turning from that service lane, they're trying to go across, they're trying to turn, they're not caring, they're really worried about getting to work. Who can blame them? You gotta keep your job. But when you enable, or not even enable, when you evoke even more madness by saying you have to do this now, everyone is getting in the way. You know, everyone, here you go, baby. We had so much fun making these. But the big problem is something does need done, but unfortunately the solution they came up with is
we don't give up, right?
Right.
We will fight something that we know is detrimental to our community. Okay? So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. We're going to have other elected officials. Chaim Deutsch will be here. Let's hear it for Chaim Deutsch, who has been amazing, very involved in this issue, fighting and so on. And we have a couple. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just deal first with what we're talking about here, why we're here on this corner. Let's be very, very clear. The State Department of Transportation, the commissioner is Commissioner Driscoll. They informed the community. Well, first they didn't inform us, and we'll talk about that. But basically what they want to do is no right turns on J, on Kings Highway, on P, and a couple of other P, Kings Highway, and some other streets. In other words, when you're on Ocean Parkway, going north or south, you will not be able to make that right turn. And I never knew this was a problem. I live here. I make those right turns. I know places where we could use some improvement, some change. I didn't know that making a right turn at these major thoroughfares was a problem. But let me tell you what's even crazier than that. That makes no sense in terms of safety, in terms of our children, in terms of senior citizens. It's insane. It really is. It's insanity. And that is the brains, who's sitting in a room somewhere in Albany telling us what's good for us, like we don't know, they know, is that they're going to direct the traffic into the service road. The service road, meaning someone coming from down there who wants to make a turn at J will have to turn at L, not at K, because you can't turn. All the traffic will be moved into the service road. You all know what that means. People in Albany don't know what that means. You're talking about school buses, forget about traffic being able to move. You're talking about sanitation, forget it. You're talking about a car trying to park or leave a space. Automatic gridlock danger. This is about the safety of our kids, our senior citizens, and our community. That's what this issue is all about. Makes no sense. And by the way, here's another piece you might not be aware of. And this is really brilliant. People on the service road who find themselves on the service road going down, listen, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear the insanity. Avenue C, if you're on the service road, north or south, C, Cortelia, Ditmas, 18th Avenue, I, J, P, Kings Highway. Guess what? No left turn. You won't be able to go towards Ocean Parkway. Can you imagine the gridlock that's going to be caused on these streets? I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this is not the smartest thing in the world, that this makes no sense. And let me tell you, let's go through some of the history and then we'll have people from the community speak and the elected officials, of course. When they came to the community board back in 2015, and they had a beautiful PowerPoint presentation, right? Yeah, very nice. They pointed at all the changes they were going to make. I have a copy of that presentation. That presentation does not mention this change that will hurt, affect, endanger our community. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to speak even louder. So, okay, give me. Okay, so all of these changes, they came in front of the community board, and they didn't say anything about this. They didn't present it. Just on that basis, they should go back to the drawing boards and come to our community, meet with us, talk to us. Dov Cohn, from my staff, went to the State Department of Transportation in December of 2015 as a follow-up to get the latest. Everything was presented to them, to the people that were there. They did not mention this change. What is that, nuts? Everybody, let's go! So we're asking the governor immediately. They've been in touch. You know, yeah, they want to talk. I tried to meet with the commissioner, with the state commissioner. I made it very clear 5 months ago this was a mistake. And they had conversations with me, but they did not take it seriously. I know that. And I told the governor's people last night, I said, I'm not interested in meeting with the commissioner. He didn't have time to meet with me all of these months. I want the governor who cares about our community, and we supported him. I'm asking him, stop this. Don't take those garbage bags off those lights. Don't take them off. Let's sit down and let's deal with these issues that affect our community. This is about safety. I applaud the fact that they are doing a lot of good things on Ocean Parkway, but this piece of it endangers our community. I'm now going to call advocate. I explained, and we sent her material, and we showed her what was going on, and she's the public advocate. She cares about us. She cares about things going on in our community that may not be the smartest and best thing for safety. And I got to tell you,
yes, she does.
Right away, on the spot, last week,
Stop the madness. No more no turns.
No more no turns.
No more no turns.
No more no turns.
No more.
No turns.
No more. No more.
No turns.
I love rallies. Fighter. It's important, he's right. I received a number of calls from Albany to the city, and they all said, Tish, that's my nickname, Tish, can we sit down with you? Can we talk to you? You support Vision Zero, Tish. You don't want any more fatalities, Tish. You recognize that our streets, well, there's a number of fatalities, and there's a number of injuries. And I said, yes. But I also understand that when you make changes without the input of the community, you just make things worse. Sorry. You just make things worse. You heard that? Okay. I also said I've spoken to members of NYPD. A round of applause to NYPD. And all of you should be congratulated, because the reality is that Brooklyn South, and Borough Park is in Brooklyn South, there has been a decrease in fatalities without the changes.
Thank you, Dov, and thank you to all my colleagues, Tish and our great council members, for being here, but most importantly, to the community who's out here today. Look, when you think about traffic accidents and traffic fatality, you have to think about the danger our children face every day. My biggest fear as a parent of 2 little boys, and therefore they should have a seat at the table. When I was a borough president, before I was controller, we used to talk about something that doesn't happen very often anymore in this city. It's called community-based planning. You go to the community board, you go to the community board again, you go to the precinct councils, and you debate and discuss with the city agencies. Today, one presentation that got it wrong is not enough when it comes to our children and our grandparents and parents.
Not create a flow of traffic. This will create a standstill. There will be gridlock. You will be forcing cars off of Ocean Parkway, not where they want to turn, and there will be blocked up of cars on side streets that are very narrow. Many times we have oil trucks that are servicing these buildings, and the oil trucks stop and fill oil into the buildings. No cars can go back. No cars can go forth.
No more, no turn. We just want to make it very clear, because I know the governor's people are listening. They're here. We're not stopping. We want to work with the governor. We respect the governor. We know the governor cares about the safety of our community. So we hope that within days we'll be able to stop this, have discussions, but we're not stopping. We are not stopping. There are a lot of things I'm planning, and I hope I don't have to do any of them.
Thank you very much, and it's really an honor for me to be here today. But you know, I am not like Dov Hikind. I was not born to be a fighter.
Yes, you were.
When I got elected to this community, when things were right, we acknowledged them. And that is when I learned to be a fighter. Let me tell you something. You know, I have 5 children of my own. I am a grandparent of 2.
Wow, you're so young.
It is very difficult to get elected officials to be on the same page. There is only one time when we can do that, and that is when it affects our seniors, our children, our hard-working parents who go to work each and every day, our mothers, our fathers who do carpooling each and every day, our school buses that take our pressure, and he has spearheaded this rally. And I want to say thank you to you, Dov. Thank you to the Comptroller who came all the way here.
Thank you.
Thank you to my public advocate, and thank you to my colleague, Councilmember Mark Treyger, and so many others that are here today to join in one voice. Thank you.
That's right.
So for those who know me, any calls to discourage me from showing up here today will never work. It might be a chilly day, but we are fired up here in southern Brooklyn. And no one rallies the troops like Assemblymember Dov Hikind. I'm actually glad the state is here. I am. Because if the state truly cares about Ocean Parkway and about our roads and streets here, then let them do something about all the potholes on Ocean Parkway.
While you're at it.
Let them do something about the benches along Ocean Parkway. Let them do something about the pedestrian paths and the bike paths and the service paths. Let them fix the potholes. That's my message to the state. And this concept of government are over. We will make decisions from the bottom up, not the top down. And we will not stop until that message is heard loud and clear from City Hall to Albany. In solidarity.
Great leader, great politician, and great paddleball player.
Thank you.
I just want to add, there's not much that you can add to what was already said, but frustrated drivers cause accidents. We've seen that if you stand on the corners and you see the gridlock. When cars have to stand for 1, 2, 3 lights and not able to get by, they start going around other cars. It's dangerous for our children. I brought my daughter here today. I have an 11-year-old daughter, Elisheva.
25 miles an hour is terrific for all the side roads. Terrific. It will save lives. But I think 25 miles an hour on Ocean Parkway is ridiculous. Insane. Anyway, that's my personal opinion, and I think many people agree with me.